Bills taking on the Pats. We're excited for this game as Drake May gets ready to go. They're hosting the Bills. A little snowfall there, okay? It's cold everywhere right now. Early first quarter, Pats up 7-0, second and goal, and May finds a lane across and scores his second rushing touchdown of the game. The Patriots up 14-0, and pay attention to this lead, okay? Mid-second quarter, same score. Patriots at their own 48. Travion Henderson takes off, outruns everybody.
Yeah, they put big bodies on the field, 2 backs, 2 tight ends, counter Henderson, beautiful hole, and then his speed to run away.
Pats up 21-0, largest deficit for Buffalo this season, but they start to mount the comeback here in the third quarter. Josh Allen finds Dawson Knox for the touchdown. Bills now trail 24-14. When in the group chat, we're like, oh man, they're coming back. 10 minutes left. Bills down 24-21, and Allen runs it up, firing into Knox for the touchdown.
That was right after a penalty or touchdown got erased because of a penalty. He answers it.
On the first play of the next Patriots drive, Henderson gets a toss to the right, runs back left, leads a block. The lead block is Drake May, you guys. It goes 65 yards for the touchdown. Patriots retaking the lead. And look at Drake May.
Superstar. I mean, you guys are calling that a block. I love.
I think it is. 31-28. Next Bills drive. Buffalo back in the red zone. James Cook going up the middle into the end zone, and they lead. Now the Bills do 35-31. 2 minutes left in the game. Same score. Drake May rolling right, trying to make something happen, and the throw knocked down by Joey Bosa. So the Patriots blow a 21-point lead, the largest blown lead in Gillette Stadium history, and the Bills go on to win it 35-31. Now, despite the loss, the Patriots still have a 65% chance to win the AFC East, according to ESPN Analytics. New England holds the edge over Buffalo due to its superior division record, meaning if the Pats win their remaining 2 games against the AFC East, they'll win the division, even if they were to lose Sunday night to Baltimore. So they're in a good spot. But Mina, how did Buffalo work their way back into that game yesterday?
By sticking with their identity. Even after they fell down multiple scores, in the second half of this game, they maintained a near 50% run rate. That is very unusual when teams fall behind and you got a quarterback like Josh Allen, but Joe Brady stuck to his guns, and it was the same run scheme we've seen all year from them. Inside zone duo between the tackles. James Cook averaged over 5 yards per carry, a lot of 12 personnel. The Buffalo skill players are blocking really well. They did not go away from that at all. And something that drives me crazy, when people talk about Josh Allen, he's been amazing, he was wonderful in this game, and they say, well, he doesn't have any help. James Cook is one of the 3 best running backs in football. Firmly believe that.
But he never gets added into that conversation.
He should be. I mean, just going back and watching his vision, even breaking some tackles on the touchdown, his game is so complete right now. They recognize that. The quarterback and the running back are our 2 best players, and they didn't go away from it.
It is as simple as this team wins when James Cook has good days in the game. And I think about the 4-minute drill before half. They were phenomenal. And to your point, MK, they never deviated away from it going down 21. It's almost like Dallas early in the season against Philly. Here you see in the 4-minute drive, 1 carry, 12 yards. It's a draw. They come right back to him. Again, look at get it in his hands. That's not a successful play by all terms, but it's James Cook touching the football. And now you get him, again, down in the red area. You streak him out, you go for a touchdown. These were all plays at the 4-minute. Only Shakir and Dawson Knox were the only 2 other offensive players to touch the ball with 4:30 left before half, and while this team was down 21 points. So I just look. I said this a few years ago, Dan. Remember, we were like, you looked at me like,
you said
what?
Volume or something?
Volume. And I think that I think Josh Allen is so much better at seeing the field, understanding what he needs to do as far as being superhuman when this element is added to this offense.
Yeah, I mean, to your guys' point, James Cook is probably the best running back in football that doesn't get called the best running back in football. Yeah. But you don't come back just because the quarterback plays great. You talked about the run game. The man beaters were scheme-centric rather than people-centric, and then Josh made a couple big plays. There's that 12 personnel duo. It's absolutely spectacular. I don't know of another offense that just continues to run the same run. So good. Teams can't stop it. I think James Cook has the best vision in football right now, and then beating man coverage with scheme down in the red zone. That backer has James Cook. A little motion. Now the defense is going to have to communicate. Watch the communication. They're trying to pass this off outside in, but what it does, there's that pick right there that we're looking for as an offense. James Cook automatically has his head back. He knows what to anticipate. I was shocked when this defensive end went inside. If there you can't do in this situation. It's to let Josh Allen get out to his right. Once he gets out to his right, sitting at home, I go, that's a touchdown, because there's no way that you can cover everybody and defend him as a runner. And so if there were three things from an offensive perspective, I would sit there, I said, there's that dual run. They took scheme to beat man, and then Josh made just 3 or 4 just big-time plays when it mattered the most.
Yeah, the reality is, though, in the first half, I mean, there weren't many answers defensively from the Bills for what Drake May was doing. How did they adjust in the second half, RC? Clamp him down.
Well, thank you, Laura. Offense. Listen, if you're down 21 points, some stops at some point. And it was Sean McDermott and his zone throughout that second half, and then he finished with a man coverage that I felt like truly fused Drake May. And you start off putting your backers in the line of scrimmage and then having droppers. Here you're going to see Milano and Williams. They're lined up in the A and the B gap. They're going to go. He's going to drop Shaq Thompson. And when Shaq drops, he's going to get the first crosser. Now you have 2 safeties up top. Drake May has to hold the football, allows Matt Milano to the block. Here you're going to see again, they're going to add Milano to the rush. They're going to drop Joey Bosa, but then in a cover 2. But you have a cloud corner that's basically playing up top and down to the bottom. Harrison's playing cloud. Again, we beat Henderson in the Milano with a sack. Now here's a single high man-to-man. You see Bishop in motion. You're going to bring and drop Joey Bosa, who essentially ends up being a dropper for the robber, and he can now spy Drake May. He closes on Drake May when Drake gets outside of the pocket, and it's a batted football. I thought Sean McDermott on 3rd and 2nd down in the second half was masterful with his play calls, and he made Drake May, the young quarterback, look young for the first time in a while this season.
You know, like for people at home, this is when you hear us football people say, well, they're real multiple on defense. In the second half, on 2nd and 3rd down, there's 8 different versions of 2nd and 3rd down, 8 snaps. He didn't see the same defense once. So for a young quarterback, and I was sitting there in the game going, well, Drake's got Josh McDaniels. He's been there, done that. The different coverages and blitzes and fire zones and rotations, you can see, because there was a couple times that Drake had a throw that I was like, man, I wonder why he didn't let that one go. He
didn't see it, though.
Correct.
He didn't see it.
It's the constant change of it.
Well, I started off by talking about how Joe Brady stuck with the run even they were down. Were you guys, I know this man is going to, the Patriots are running on them, as everyone does on Buffalo. Do you feel like they went away from that a little bit?
And you also, but there was explosive runs in the second half that, they ended up getting points from, but I think it was difficult because once you start to see them come back, you try to put the football in the hands of your best player, and that's what Josh McDaniels did.
The only thing I'm going to say is I would be shocked if New England had the ball for more than 7-8 minutes in the second half. I mean, it was the reality where Buffalo just dominated the time of possession. New England didn't have a lot of turns.
You know what's great?
Longer if they ran it.
Hey, we have another hour to talk about this again, and we're going to. Okay, we're going to dive in specifically to that side of it. By the way, the Bills have an NFL-leading 3 double-digit comeback wins. Kind of makes you think in the playoffs that could.
Quarterback is the best playground quarterback in football.
Good.
When you put it in his hands, he is amazing.
You just hit his Jason Voorhees.
He just walks you down.
We're back on NFL Live, and here we go with the Cowboys taking on the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Cowboys 14% chance to make the playoffs entering the game. The Vikings have been eliminated, but 9 minutes, 35 seconds in the second quarter. Vikings down 14-7. J.J. McCarthy taking the handoff, keeps it for the walk-in touchdown. The game is tied at 14.
Into the end zone.
9. It was interesting. Okay, there's McCarthy connecting with Jalen Naylor for the touchdown. Naylor's second of the game. Dak not liking it on the sideline. The Vikings now lead 31-23. 5 minutes, 35 seconds in the fourth quarter. Cowboys down 31-23. Dak Prescott escapes pressure, finds Malik Davis, but Davis tackled short of the first down. The Cowboys turn it over on downs. The Vikings win it 34-26. Here's Jerry Jones after the game.
I don't know how to describe a miracle. I know that it would take a very tight circumstances to get us in. And when we expected that, we thought we'd have to win out to have a little room, but not a lot. Now, of course, I know how to count.
Okay, so the Cowboys officially eliminated from the wild card race, and their only playoff hopes down to one singular path Listen to this. They must win the division. To do that, Dallas needs to win out, okay, while the Eagles need to lose out. So it's possible, but ESPN Analytics gives this less than a 1% chance of happening. All right, we're going to leave that there, and we're going to move on to another story in the NFL, and that is Philip Rivers. It's kind of made people smile, okay? Philip Rivers returning to the NFL after almost 5 years out of retirement to start for the Colts against the Seahawks. Late in the second quarter, Colts leading 6-3. Rivers finds Josh Downs, who takes it in for the score. All the conversation, like, how would Philip Rivers handle the Seahawks defense? Well, it worked there. And then here's the reaction by his high school team that he coaches, St. Michael Catholic in Alabama. Just so fun to watch. Under 2 to play in the fourth. Rivers connecting with Alec Pierce down the sideline. 16-yard pickup.
Game was over. Once this ball was completed, I was like, oh my gosh, he did it. He went on the road and beat Seattle.
The Colts moved the chains. 52 seconds to go. Blake Groupie on to attempt to just take a line down the middle of the field goal. The kick is good. The Colts lead 16-15. Ensuing Seahawks drive, Sam Darnold had struggled. He connects with Rashid Shaheed for a 28-yard pickup. Seahawks into Colts territory. So under 30 seconds to go. Can they pull this off? Darnold connecting with Shaheed again. Huge on this drive.
That's such a big play for Shaheed as he acclimates to this offense.
Seahawks in field goal range, and Jason Myers nails a 56-yard field goal.
Down the middle of the goalpost.
They retake the lead.
In the last minute.
Field goal of the game.
All right, 11 seconds to play.
Close.
Rivers airing one out to Michael Pittman Jr., but intercepted by Kobe Bryant. The Seahawks win, and here's Philip Rivers after the game.
It was a blast. It was a blast, but obviously the emotions now are disappointment, right? Disappointment. This isn't about me. We got a team that is scrapping like crazy to try to stay alive and get in the postseason. And not because I'm here, but I do know that any team I have ever been a part of, not because of me, but I've been a part of, will fight like crazy until they tell us the season's over. And so you can guarantee that for the next 3 weeks.
Okay, just so everybody knows, they've said he is going to start again on Monday Night Football next week against the 49ers. But what did you make of Philip Rivers' return, Peter, after the 5-year hiatus?
We're on a Disney network, right? Like, there was a chance. There was a moment. He had 2 plays in this game where it was like, wow, he's going to have the Disney finish to this incredible story. I first look at the touchdown pass to Downs. It's a good play, fine. I mean, it's not like this is Patrick Mahomes or anything. It's a touchdown pass. But watch Rivers afterwards. This is what everyone was there for. Getting everyone else riled up. Then to 3rd and 7. Dan Orlovsky, you mentioned this. This is the game right here. If they game's over, they complete it to Alec Pierce, and you're like, they've got a shot. It wasn't enough. And you're more of the SEC voice here.
Yep.
I'm not going to ever go to Fairfield, Alabama. I don't see that happening. But he said after the game, those guys at St. Michael High School took for him to be able to see Fairfield, Alabama. Cool story.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't enough. And now he's got
Unfortunately, we lost Peter's mic during that. So, no.
Hey,
but we kind of got the point, and I think we picked off some of it on Mina's mic. So, in case you're wondering, Peter will return with a new mic.
Really close to my face.
Guys, the mic issues today are not our friends, but we're powering through. We got a great audio crew here who's trying to make it happen. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm echoing a little bit of what Peter said. Like,
Literally.
tried to say. Yeah.
Oh, he's
gave him
back.
a chance. There was a chance for them to win the football game. Many of us thought this was going to get ugly because Seattle's defense is so good, and Philip had not played for 5 years, and he's 44 years old, and never got ugly. So that's a win. That's a win for the player, and that's a win for the team. Do I think it's good enough to go beat San Francisco on Monday Night Football? I do not. Do I think it's going to be good enough to get this team into the playoffs? I do not. But he gave him a chance to win. I think that's an unbelievable, and it's an awesome story. Like, kudos to freaking Philip Rivers, man. What a stud.
The first thing is Philip Rivers' post-game comments were the best part of yesterday's football. The things that he can now relate to those young men that he's in charge of in high school in Alabama is absolutely amazing because they've seen him do it. That's different. Don't be scared. Put yourself out there. Take those chances. And with all that being said, the Indianapolis Colts are going to be home at the beginning of the playoffs because you have the San Francisco 49ers and the Jaguars and the Texans, and the pass that we continue to see to Alec Pierce of 16 yards was the longest air completion of the entire night. Now, I don't know if that's something that Shane Steichen can improve on, if Philip Rivers can get more comfortable in the pocket, if his arm still can be lively, but that's the truth of what we saw.
Yeah.
They ran the football 30 times. They didn't necessarily run it great, but they put him in manageable third down situations, and when you did that, he was able to read the defense and get the football out of his hands. That's not the game that they can play in order to win. It was fun. It was a great story, but it's not good enough. And I hate to be the bearer of that bad news when there's so much great and positive surrounding Philip Rivers' comeback.
The truth. The game is the way the game is because Seattle's offense, not because anything that Indianapolis or Philip Rivers did.
We'll get to. I do want to say this really fast, though. Philip Rivers 4-0 against the 49ers in his career. I'm just saying.
They want to run on them.
Mina, let's talk about Seattle because they get the win, but it wasn't pretty. What's got you concerned?
Well, you guys asked me late last week what would it take for Philip Rivers to pull this off. And I said, ain't nothing to do with Philip Rivers. Lou Anarumo is going to confuse Sam Darnold. That's exactly what happened. It's something we've seen over the last few weeks, struggling with exotic pressures, coverage disguise on the back end, holds onto the football, third down struggles. That's something he's got to obviously get figured out before Thursday night. But the other thing I'll emphasize is this. This is just a very bad running team right now. 27th in yards before contact per carry. They are not getting any push. It's an extremely inefficient running game. Alternately, whether Walker or Charbonnet is carrying it, I don't really think it's about the backs, to be honest. I think it's more about the offensive line. And those things work together. Sam Darnold is in third down because they can't run the ball, and defenses that have good play callers like the Colts do are able to take advantage of it.
I think they're probably the most one-dimensional offense in the NFC right now. You know, if you just watch them play, they get to 2nd and 6. And naturally, it's like, well, you can run it here.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah.
2nd and 6 to choose to run is a negative for them because 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. When they're living in this world right now where all they can do is throw the football.
Yeah. Turnaround Thursday night.
Mic check. Peter,
yeah, can you hear this? Thursday night they play the Rams.
Yeah,
quick turnaround. That's the division. That's
interesting.
it.
Again, and we'll have the Colts and 49ers on Monday Night Football. We have to say bye to RC because he's going to go film something really special in the parking lot that you'll see on Monday Countdown.
You have a jacket?
Stay
Peter
warm.
or Marcus or Mina, somebody do my Rams tape. It was really good. You had it ready. I was really excited about that.
You guys all, wait, do an outfit check really fast before you leave.
Sure
Show us what you got back here.
Okay, a little something.
cute.
Yeah, a little something.
Great.
We're looking at my buttons either.
No, we weren't looking there. We
Okay,
were looking at
perfect.
your Steelers back.
Everyone is.
Dan, listen, Dan is nothing if not honest. Thank you for that, Dan. RC, go get yourself cold out there in the parking lot. We'll see more from